So I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes thinking of how to start this video, writing down some ideas, and I realized that I don't know how to start this video, so I'm just going to talk about it. Fitness influencers. I don't like a lot of them, and let me tell you why. Okay, I came off a little bit too strong. I get that not all fitness influencers are bad, but a few bad apples spoil the bunch. So the city of Santa Cruz has informed me that I must tell you what a fitness influencer is, or at least define it in this video before going forward, or else there could be some serious repercussions, you know. So essentially what a fitness influencer is, they view themselves as a public persona to be perceived by others. So they post themselves on whatever social site they use, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And they do this in hopes to get bigger in their respective communities so that their voices could be heard. While there's nothing objectively wrong with becoming a fitness influencer, it's the process in which you build your community and get big off of this bodybuilding community that can become a problem, because once you do get a big enough following, companies will notice that and be like, yo, we should reach out to this person and we should pay them to promote our product. Which is fine and all, because some companies truly do have some amazing products they can promote. But there are also some companies who seek to scam some individuals in the fitness industry. And that's just because, you know, it's a big market. If you could take advantage of it, people will. Now, the main scams I see in the fitness industry are fat burners and waist trainers. So the reason why these don't work is, you know, your body, you can't spot reduce fat, right? With the waist trainer, you can't just move all the belly fat up or down. Your body just doesn't work like that. Same goes with the fat burner. The only way your body can burn fat is through its metabolic processes. So, you know, undergoing glycolysis, pyruvate oxidation, going through the Krebs cycle, powering the electron transport chain. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. I'm not going to get into that. But essentially, right, these scams just don't work. The only way to lose weight is to enter a caloric deficit. And the only way to gain weight is to do the opposite, go into caloric surplus.
A tablespoon of this thing has over 130 calories.
Losing fat ultimately comes down to a calorie deficit, and so technically no single food is strictly off limits. However, to actually maintain a deficit successfully, you want to focus on less calorie dense foods that fill you up and that minimize your hunger. It doesn't matter that olive oil is healthy fat, calories are still calories, and oils are the single most calorie dense thing that you can consume. That's 500 calories right there, aka your entire daily deficit for fat loss in this tiny volume. So I definitely agree with this, and she also mentions juices and sauces, which you definitely want to watch out for as well.
And speaking more on the caloric deficit, it is conceptually pretty simple to put on or lose weight. I've been there before, and I can say that in practice it is pretty difficult to do both. So don't let these fitness influencers lie to you about their scams of something that can magically make you lose weight instantly, because it won't work. All of these processes take time, gaining and losing.
Triple digits, a high temperature of 98. Tomorrow you're gonna walk out of your house and say, are you serious right now, bruh? I mean, we're still talking about temperature.
Fitness is tricky, which is why there are many misconceptions surrounding it, which in turn leads to the spreading of misinformation, because anybody can post whatever they desire, unsupervised. And this also leads to my next point, which is that there are some influencers in particular who love spreading disinformation. And one influencer I could think off the top of my head would be the Liver King. Now, if you don't know who the Liver King is, I think this guy gives a lot more of a better intro than I ever could.
What if I told you the Liver King did not have that dog? Nature Boy Dan Bilzerian rose to fame by preaching the primal lifestyle, saying the modern world has made men soft, and the only way to fight back is living like our ancestors. Shut up and give me the code to the Wi-Fi, stupid. But emails surface of the boy admitting he spends over $12,000 a month on PEDs. Pitchers intentionally walk Liver King to get to Barry Bonds. Unheard of. His diet consists of a pound of liver every day, to go with animal hearts, kidneys, and testicles. He has balls of steel that are shrinking significantly by the day. His 9,000 square foot mansion has no beds, so he and his family sleep on hard wooden floors to recreate the conditions of the caveman. A Neanderthal influencer is the most perplexing oxymoron in human history. After Joe Rogan called him out for using steroids, the boy said the only PEDs he's ever done are prioritize, execute, dominate. Against all odds, this brother has Russell Wilson bars. HGH Country is right. He claims to have achieved a natural physique through his methods and supplements alone. Out here scamming in a Davy Crockett hat is certified sick fuck behavior, giving us two kings of cat.
Now, obviously, it doesn't take a genius to see that claiming to be natural when you're on PEDs and then also scamming your audience isn't a good idea, because if you're building a physique in order to promote your supplements that do make you a lot of money, you look like what's the word, an asshole. So not a good look. And the problem is that a lot of people don't even care about PED usage today. It's just that as long as you're transparent, people will support you. And I think a good example of this would be the fitness influencer Noel Dizel. He's one of the most beloved on the platforms, on all platforms, and it's because he preaches a lot of good messages, and he's open about his PED usage. He's like, yes, I do take PEDs. My physique isn't natural. It's not naturally attainable, and you probably shouldn't do PEDs.
I'm afraid. I feel as influencers, we have a responsibility. Thousands, if not millions of people watch our content. And I made this video telling people that I use steroids. But the last thing I ever want to do is promote and encourage the use of steroids, especially to a younger audience.
And this is the problem with PED usage, is that if you're constantly trying to one-up each other to stand out in your community and set that bar super high, then it's really damaging to your community, because if you're not transparent about your PED usage, people don't know what's naturally attainable and unnaturally attainable. And it affects your community greatly, because a lot of people in the bodybuilding community are younger people. They're teenagers. They're people in their early 20s, and they're already starting to use anabolic steroids, which, if you didn't know, breaks down your body significantly, like your heart, your liver, your mental state. It all just goes down the drain once you start on these anabolic steroids. Like, sure, you might feel good at first, but then it all comes tumbling. So with that being said, you really don't know what's real or fake on social media. It's really hard to tell, because as an influencer, you have to really look good. You can manipulate the lighting, Photoshop your images, maybe change the exposures or something. Like, I'm doing something right here. Like, I'm manipulating the lighting in my room. Like, I could change the colors, I could turn it off, and I look kind of barren now, but this is still fine for video quality. But with this, I look accentuated. But before I go on to the final part of the video, remember to support your TAs during the strike. It's not fair that they're not getting paid enough. Anyways, moving along. I feel like I've covered mostly what I wanted to talk about in this video. Everything else that isn't here is in my paper, and anything that isn't in my paper is in my video. So be sure to read that. And the reason why I am making this in the first place is because I personally advocate for exercise a lot. It's helped me with my physical health, my mental health, my work ethic, and so much more. And you really do not know how much you are capable of until you do push yourself. One last thing I wanted to say before I do end off on this video is that what I've learned from my fitness journey is that there is no one true body type. Everybody is genetically different, and everybody has their own goals. Not everybody has to look a certain way to be efficient, right? You should treat your body as an instrument and not an ornament. You should be happy with yourself and not let social media fuel your body dysmorphia further, if you do suffer from body dysmorphia. And so you have made it to the end of my video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't read my paper, read it. Support the strike. And I have one final segment to show you, which is just a compilation that I have of people I know and care about going to the gym, being active, you know, just to show you that you truly are capable of more than you can think. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later.